Tolu, and today we're going to be discussing the music of R.L Burnside on the piece Going Down South Blues. And this particular version appears in the First Recordings LP, a very monumental LP, I must add. But yeah, I figured that I would take this time to transcribe the music and present a lesson for everybody. I never really sat down to think about how he was playing it. I've seen it transposed in a lot of ways, and I sat down to really listen to it, and I realized that he's playing it in E standard, and he's down-tuned his guitar 3 steps down. So he's playing an E standard, but really he's down-tuned it to be a C sharp standard tuning. I have provided you with a tablature which is available on my website. It's at the link pointed right here. If you click on that link, it will get you to a nice tablature with everything you need to know to get going. So what you need for this is just simple acoustic guitar will do. What we want to do here is tune our guitars to each other so we get the same tonality. So my top string is going to be a C sharp. My 5th string is going to be an F sharp. My 4th string is going to be a B. My 3rd string is going to be an E. My 2nd string is going to be a G sharp. And my bottom string is going to be a C sharp. And just play an E chord. Now this is quite a stretch, but R.L Burnside liked to play this kind of standard tuning with the guitar being tuned so low. He brings it down to C sharp. And in this LP, the First Recordings, is not the only song that uses his tuning. There's another one, the one Nightmare Blues and Bird Without a Feather, where he goes just like a bird without a feather, you know I'm lost without your love. Okay, he's utilizing a lot of the ideas of an E shape. So he's playing like an E pentatonic to construct a lot of his licks, not only in this song, Going Down South Blues, but his other songs on this LP. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to continue learning R.L Burnside's music. Just note that when he's playing in standard, in this LP, he's down-tuning his guitar really low and is capturing that hollowed-out mentality. Alright, I'm not going to stress upon it too much. So this song is relatively fairly easy. It really consists of 2 parts, the main riff and then the E break. And right now we're going to talk about the riff, which is predominantly going to be played on the 4th string, on the 2nd and 5th fret. He's just going to be shifting back and forth. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that here. So the way that I have it transcribed, and this is my theory of the song, or the way that I enjoy to play it, and I'm going to discuss many ways to play it, is what you want to do is, so the first 3 notes that are going to be part of this riff are going to start on the 2nd fret, 4th string. With your thumb, you're just going to pick that out. It's the would be an E note. And I'm just going to use terminology like we would with E standard tuning. Granted, we are down-tuned 3 steps down, but I'm going to use the terminology with the E standard just to be consistent with what we know and are used to. So So we locate this 4th string on the 2nd fret. It's going to be your first note. And when you play that with your index finger, you want to kind of play like an appreciated uptick. And you're going to play individual open strings in succession here. So these next 2 notes will be open on the bottom string and then open on the 2nd string. So the first 3 notes will be like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And okay, I'm going to continue on here. So the first 3 notes will be 1, 2, 3. And the 4th note, you're going to slide this on the 4th string, slide from the 2nd fret to the 5th fret, 4th string. It's going to be a G note, kind of like this typical blues riff. Right? Kind of almost in the same concept there, right? So the 4th note, you're going to find the 4th string on the 5th fret. And then after that, you're just going to play the open string on the bottom once. So altogether, the 5 notes of this riff will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is the main riff, and you go back and forth. So if one were to sing over it, it would be like this. I'm going down south, I'm going down south, I'm going down south, I'm going down south, the chilly winds will blow me down. Okay, and that's how it persists. So R.L Burnside, I guess in my interpretation of it, he likes to kind of do these upstroke chops with his index fingers on the 1st and 2nd frets. When you play them open, you do these kind of chop licks. So it'd be like, in this riff, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, chop. These brisk chops. You can listen to it in the original recording as you know, you're not really letting those strings ring out too much. You're kind of breaking the ringing tone with these brisk chops. Chop, chop. I'm going down south, I'm going down south, the chilly wind. Okay, that's an interpretation. R.L. Burnside never really played a song the same the second time he would play it. There's a lot of variation throughout his entire catalog of LPs where he'll play a song and it sounds totally different from the original way that he played it. So for this song especially, you can play it in a way, this riff, where you're not utilizing these chops, but you're doing these kind of, you can play like downstroke chords on the open portion here. So I'll play something like this. You know, you can relatively make it simple for yourself. 1, whatever, in what way you feel comfortable. That is one way of playing it. So that's out there for you. So moving along into the riff, before he gets into this break part, which goes like this. he leads into that, he does it's like a transitionary note where he stays on the 5th fret. He plays it twice. So the riff is going back and forth from the 2nd and the 5th fret. Oh, going south, I'm going down south, I'm going down south. And then when you get to the portion where he goes, the chilly wind gonna blow me, he stays on the 5th fret, 4th string, and he goes, the chilly wind gonna blow me. The chilly wind gonna blow me. So instead of going back to the 2nd fret, you just stay on it twice. You play it twice. The chilly wind gonna blow me. You eventually go back to the 2nd fret, 4th string. The chilly wind gonna blow me. And then he gets into this break in the E chord, which I'm going to discuss here. The chilly wind gonna blow me. So when he goes to that part, blow me, it's, you find the 2nd fret, 4th string, and then you play the bottom 3 strings open. And then that precedes this pull-off lick, which I'm going to talk about here. Now this is very easy to follow along if you have the tablature. Again, I mentioned it. It's available in the link in the information settings. So feel free to look at it. It's nice and easy to understand. Nice tablature with actual musical notation for you. So hopefully you print that out and it's easier to follow along with me. Okay, so now we're going to go to the this break in the E chord, which sounds like this. Okay, and we're going to talk about that here. So earlier I had mentioned when he goes and sits on this 5th fret twice, he goes, the chilly wind gonna blow me. So that first portion of that break is this blow me. The first 2 notes of that is the 2nd fret, 4th string, 1, then playing the bottom 3 strings open. And then he's going to do this lick, which is going to be pretty fast. The first 4 notes of that will sound like this. And this is what we're going to talk about here. So to initiate this lick, you're going to, with your thumb on the right hand, you're going to pluck the 5th string open, and then you're going to do a, while that's ringing, you're going to do a pull off with your index finger. You're going to locate the 2nd fret, 5th string. You're going to play it open, grab onto there while that's played. The first 2 notes will be like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, and then with the thumb you're going to play the 4th string open. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So watch my right hand, my thumb. I pluck only twice, but I play 3 notes in all by plucking twice. So this is my first pluck, which captures 2 notes. 1, 2, and then you pluck the 4th string open. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to find the 3rd string, and you're going to play that open, but you're going to palm mute it. You're going to deaden it so it's not going to ring out. So it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. you're going to emphasize that dead thumb, really playing the third and second strings almost together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it eventually resolves, the fifth note in this succession resolves back to the 2nd fret, 4th string. So all together it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first 5 notes will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you play the bottom 3 strings open and you muffle them as well to make up the 6th note in that portion. And it's also kind of like what you did in that transition when you were sitting on the 5th fret twice. The chilly wind gonna blow me. And I'll explain that here again. So there's 6 notes in all from this lick. And it starts like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is the break in E in my interpretation of it. Now again, if you listen to a lot of versions of Going Down South Blues, he's all over the place. I've seen versions on YouTube where he plays like this break in E like this. Again, is reiterating the same idea. The lick is there. You're focusing on E structures. You're not in the E standard tuning, you're in the C sharp standard, but you're utilizing the E shapes, the E pentatonic scale, the E structures, the keys, the licks in E. And a lot of R.L. Burnside's music in standard is really dominated heavily by these concepts in E. Bird Without a Feather, The Nightmare Blues, this song, Going Down South Blues. Again, utilizing, recycling the concepts. And not only that, Mean Old Jumper on the Line, again, is utilizing. Again, utilizing the same concepts. Very simplistic, easy riffs. They sound complicated as hell when you listen to them, and he's a genius in the fact that he takes these really simplistic riffs and makes them complicated as they really seem. But that's the genius of R.L. Burnside, and that's why not many people can, you know, match his style and technique. So, all right, so. Again, I've laid out the tablature for you, and I've given you my theory on this song. Again, it's really on the way that you feel comfortable playing it. I discussed kind of what I was hearing on the LP. I talked about his use of chops. you can ring out the chords if you wish, like whatever you want to do with that. It's perfectly fine if you want to play it in that way. But I'm just giving you a general breakdown and my theory of the way that he's playing it in the first original recordings, taking it from trends from his other songs and implementing it in this. And this is what my ear hears. I've seen this song transcribed in open D tuning, open G, but after watching some videos I noticed his hand movements were going from the 2nd and 5th fret, and I said that's gotta be the case. So I'm gonna try to post up some more R.L Burnside's numbers. Eventually I want to transcribe that whole first recordings LP and post it on my website, so feel free to look at the tablature on this. I have some other tablature out there for free on my website. You know, anything you want, use it as a resource. And if there's any more like requests, or if you want me to teach you guys something else, a request there, I do read my comments. You know, somebody posted this and said, hey, why don't you transcribe this song? And I was like, you know what, I never sat down to really think about it, and you know, it really got me going. I said, you know what, I want to transcribe it. You know, so you know, I'll try to read all the other comments and try to transcribe songs as I read them. So you know, we'll take it from there. So again, my name is Delta Lou, and it's been a pleasure teaching you and promoting this great lost music. So take care.